So you want to know a little bit about San Marcos, where we're going to get into everything 92078 right now.
Hello, I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And I'm Chris Erickson.
And this is where we come for all things North County. Today we are going to jump into 92078, which is the southern portion of San Marcos. Thanks for following along. Check out all our videos. We drop a new one every Tuesday. Let's get into it.
All right, so today we're jumping into 92078 section of San Marcos. San Marcos is kind of divided into two areas. On the north portion is 92069. This is 92078, which includes Lake San Marcos, San Elijo Hills, Discovery. There's a college down here. We're going to go through all that. Just in the big perspective, let me zoom out real quick so you kind of see where we are in North County, San Diego. We've done a few videos on Carlsbad and Encinitas, so you could check those out as well. Bordered to the west of 92078. On the north end, you kind of have Vista. And then let me bring you out a little bit even further so you can see if you're coming down from downtown San Diego. It's right about down here. Easiest way to shoot up would just be going up the 5 freeway, and then you're going to split off onto the 78 here, and then cruise on down. Depends on where you're going. If you're going San Elijo, where we're going to start right now, you can hop off a few of these side roads, and it's a little quicker that way. But we're going to zoom into San Elijo, which is a master plan community here in 92078, and Cassie's going to run us through and show you what it's all about.
Yep. Let's start in, like Chris mentioned, it's a master plan community. Started in kind of early 2000, and all centered around San Elijo Town Center, which is that spot right there in the middle. The signature fountain in the middle, and then everything else. Some of that stuff still showing dirt, some of the lots, but town is pretty much now completely all developed. There's in town here in the main village area, there's a grocery store on your right, Albertsons, gas station. There's a whole bunch of restaurants and little exercise spots and dentists. Oh, look at there. It disappeared.
Let's jump us back. I don't know why we went so far. Okay,
no,
there we go.
Back in
now
time.
We're back. Yeah.
Back to the future.
Okay.
So in the town center here, there's also, on top of all the businesses and everything, there are some mixed-use buildings. As you can see on the right side, there's some homes above the businesses there, which is pretty cool. Not something you ordinarily see in a small town. It's more of big city style living, but it's pretty neat. And then on the left side, on the other side of town center, there's a big condo community called Morgan's Corner. You can see it kind of peekaboo through the business there. That's a big group of townhomes right in the heart of things. So it's pretty cool to be able to walk to the grocery store and all the amenities in San Elijo Hills. And let's cruise up a little bit further.
And Cassie did a full walkthrough. So like he said, this is all built out now. So it was dirt for a while. They finally put a bunch of shops and stores in here. Here's your go-to Starbucks, Cassidy.
Yep.
And but he did a full walkthrough. So we have another video on that. So if you want to check actually what's in there.
When they were doing the master plan community, they really wanted to make it so you didn't have to leave the community if you didn't have to. And that's, so they put in an Albertsons, they put in a gas station. And now with all the development in the middle of the community right there, you have lunch spots and dinner spots and, pretty much everything you need. So it's pretty cool. And then if we zoom out a little bit more, you can see this middle school's right there, the elementary school on your right. And then you can see the softball fields, baseball fields there. This is a really neat spot. And the community center is to the left of the lower field. There's San Elijo Hills Community Center that can be rented out. And there's a whole bunch of events in San Elijo Hills too. Our HOA puts on multiple events all year. There's tree lightings for Christmas and the holidays. And Oktoberfest is one of the big ones. And there's movies in the park and things like that, kind of all in that park area right there, usually on the lower field, the lower softball field.
Right in here.
Yeah. And there is a secret splash pad too that not everybody knows about. That's not secret anymore, but it's right there.
We found it.
We found it. But
Right
during
in
the
this
summer,
area.
during the summer, that's a fun little spot. And if you don't know how to find the button to push to turn the water on, hit us up. Just the secrets of San Elijo Hills. There's also there's a dog park in between the two softball parks too, which is a good spot. I'm gonna cruise up the hill.
Let me bring us north to south again. I'm gonna go into the map view as we go up the hill here. So we'll zoom out.
So San Elijo Hills, like I mentioned before, in town there's a lot of condo communities. There's a few other sporadically through San Elijo Hills too. But I wanted to point out a neighborhood, actually where I live, in Cambria, the Cambria community, which is at the lower, kind of in the middle on the south side on the bottom side of the screen right now. And it's kind of the starter detached homes. So 1,800 square feet to 2,200 square feet if people have added lofts or anything. But so this is kind of just a starter community. The prices are affordable for detached homes, and if you don't want attached, this is a good option since they're on the smaller side. The rest of San Elijo Hills community is usually 2,500 and up. So this is just one of the communities that has some smaller options. I wanted to point out the one neighborhood, if you track up a little bit there, called Venzano. It's on your right-hand side, right there, is a community that's not part of San Elijo Hills. So they don't pay into the HOA, but they also get to take advantage of all of the cool amenities in the community. Also somewhat, on the affordable side for the area, partly to do with not being attached to San Elijo Hills. So a cool little spot. And if you zoom out, we're going to go, actually, let's check out the park since it's right there. This little section of San Elijo Hills has a really cool park that people come from all over San Elijo Hills. West Haven Park, really cool playground, a lot of green space. You see a lot of birthday parties there and stuff. A good spot to hang out.
Bring it to the overhead. All right, let's jump back to the north to south.
Yep.
Now we are north to south. Do you want me to bring you up the hill a little bit?
Yeah, let's go up the hill.
All right.
We're going to go up to, there's a few communities in San Elijo Hills that are on the higher end side. Most of that revolves around views. So a lot of the homes on the north side of San Elijo Road are going to have views, including this community, which is gated, called the Estates at San Elijo Hills. And they have, let's see if Chris can give us a killer view shot here. These lots are all kind of perched along a hill and have huge ocean views. I've been in the backyard of one that was for sale that was almost a little scary how perched it was. But it really, really pretty community. These homes are, all over 3,000 square feet and up. And so this is kind of the high end portion of San Elijo Hills.
And a lot of these are not lots anymore. They're all built out. So you cruise through, it is gated, so we can't go to the street view, but you can see some of the bigger houses in there, bigger lots. Obviously, here's all the edge with the views. If you look down this way, this is the town center down here. And there's where the ball fields are, where we just were. And then you're looking out towards Encinitas and Solana Beach a little bit to the south. Up to this way, you got Carlsbad. So
Yeah, so those are kind of the main communities in San Elijo Hills. There's a ton of other ones. So if you have specific questions about community or neighborhoods, let us know. We're going to also start doing neighborhood-specific videos that we'll post here also. One of the other really cool parts about San Elijo Hills is all the trail systems that go around the community. Kind of the most famous of them is Double Peak Trail, which ends or starts, I guess, at the top of Double Peak Mountain, which is right about there. And there's a big parking lot up there. Awesome place to watch a sunset. Awesome spot. We've talked about it on one of our podcasts about when there's fog, Double Peak kind of sticks up above it, and it's pretty cool looking down looking down on the fog. So, but there's trails that go off from this kind of down in all directions. There's that one there that goes towards the middle school, or the Double Peak School, sorry. And then there's trails that go down to Discovery Lake area, all the way up to the mountain. So really cool. A lot of trail options, and that's kind of the top one.
All right, I'll hop back into the map view, and then we're going to run to Lake San Marcos, which is the next stop. So here's all the trail systems you can see in there. Yeah. They just kind of cruise throughout. As you go back down where we came in, San Elijo Road here, here's the town center down here in the Albertsons that we were just by. Right in this area, you'll see a bunch more trails. This area is all in Carlsbad, but these trails, there's a little turnout right here. If you follow this one down, there's Copper Creek Falls, which is a cool little waterfall when there is rain and stuff. Nice. Yeah, I went down there one time. It's a nice little hike too. It's kind of open, starts open here, and then it gets to kind of feels like you're in the wilderness a little bit, but you're still obviously in San Elijo. But
very cool.
And then as we cruise out San Elijo Road to get to Lake San Marcos, you just cruise up this Rancho Santa Fe Road, and you're in Lake San Marcos. So, all right, so this area is next stop, Lake San Marcos. It kind of centers around, obviously, the lake. There's a few activities you could do here. You can't swim or anything like that, but they do have boat rentals. There's some boat docks in here. You can rent some paddle boats. There's fishing in here. This community is, there is some change going on. They're redoing a few of the things in here. The golf course, St. Mark, has recently been redone, and the clubhouse, they're, I believe, going to be redoing here in the next little bit. It's been in the works, but there is two. Let me bring you to the satellite view so you can see it actually. There's two golf courses in here. This little guy over here is called just the executive course. It's 18 holes, but mostly par threes. This is kind of cool. Fun course. I grew up playing this course.
Me too.
It's nice, easy, probably 3-4 hours tops to get through it. There's some beautiful holes in there, and they also have the tap-in tavern at the end, or the beginning, or the middle, whenever you want to hit it up. But it's got a bunch of taps, some food, all that kind of fun stuff. So
it used to be a golf course where all you could buy was Tecate. Now you've got a ton of options. You got some
choices. And then the bigger golf course is St. Mark. Once again, another fun golf course. I'll show you one of the more fun looking holes.
This is my least favorite hole.
You can't really see it from here, but you're looking down and it's elevated, so you're kind of looking out all of San Marcos. There's killer views as you come up. You'd follow the cart path around here, and it's one of the higher spots in the golf course. But once again, fun golf course, relatively inexpensive. Let me bring us back north to south here and zoom us into. So Decoy is one of the kind of the heart of Lake San Marcos. It's obviously it says right here. Decoy is the restaurant, but this is a lake house and golf resort. You can come here for a staycation. People vacation here. On the south end here is Decoy. It's a 2-level bar restaurant right on the lake. Cassie, you've been there for the water show, right? That they have?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's every hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so during the evenings, they have a fountain show out here with water and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you could rent pontoons to cruise around. Zoom us out a little bit. And so just housing-wise, it's a good mix. There's apartments, there's condos, there's townhomes, there's houses. Prices have been going up here since people are coming in and remodeling, and it's becoming, and they're redoing, this center section. They're upgrading the golf courses, all that kind of stuff. So prices have been going up in this section of San Marcos. As you move kind of out this way past the golf course into the hill here, there's some $1 million houses out here with killer views and really cool spot. On the north section here, you have San Marcos High School, which was a lot of these are older maps, man, but this is a high school I went to, and this is all redone. Basically, they took down the whole high school, rebuilt it from the ground up.
Part of the reason they were able to do a full remodel or rebuild of San Marcos High School, and the addition of the schools in Elijo Hills and Double Peak is because of all of the new construction and the master plan community in Elijo Hills. So pretty cool that all that development kind of has led to kind of a resurgence of San Marcos School District. So
if you're shooting down to the ocean, basically you're going to take Palomar Airport. Let me get us this view here. And it's only about 7 miles. You take San Marcos Boulevard, which turns into Palomar Airport Road, and you run right into, you go through Carlsbad, and you run right into the ocean. We covered this area of Carlsbad in our last video. So if you want to see kind of what that area is all about, Bressie Ranch, we did the windmill farms down here, 92011, all the zip codes in there. Be sure to check those out.
I was just going to say, you mentioned it's only 7 miles. It's amazing the price difference between most of 92078 and just, one road over in 92009. So if, you're okay being a little more inland, maybe it might make your commute a little bit longer, but you definitely get a little bit more house for your money.
All right, so we're going to shoot out from Lake San Marcos, show you the next little neighborhood in 92078 that we want to highlight.
Yep.
It's not too far away. It's called Discovery Lake. Bring us in right here and show you a nice little satellite view.
Yep. And this community is kind of in the middle in age between Lake San Marcos and San Elijo Hills. It was built. Some of it was built in the 80s, 90s, into the early 2000s. But a lot of smaller detached homes. There's a lot of affordable homes in this community. Although, like you said, the prices have gone up, having a lot to do with the fact that school districts are getting better. Discovery Hills is a neat little community, kind of all centered around Discovery Lake, which is a really neat man-made lake there. You can see the dam on the left side. And there's fishing there. There's a path, a super wide path that goes all the way around. Great for bike riding and scooters and stuff for the kiddos. We love, getting over there and just walking around it. There's a little parking lot. They have a great playground and water feature. I don't know if you've ever seen the water feature, Chris, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it turns on at certain times. So we sometimes have to sit there and wait. Okay, all right, it's noon turn on time. All right, we're gonna watch that and then go. Yeah,
that's right.
There was people there are people doing it during the winter too, not just the summer, which is
I know. Yeah. Dip your toes in when it's 50 degrees. I get it. But it's a really neat spot, and it's kind of a cool it's a cool central spot for their community. They don't have a town center per se. They're right on the edge of kind of downtown San Marcos, where you have a lot of amenities, so they didn't have to build out much there. And then they're right on the edge of all the lakes, of the Cal State San Marcos stuff too. So the red roofs, the pink roofs on your right of Discovery, those are a lot of townhomes. So those are kind of attached options. All the stuff that's shown in dirt, all the properties in dirt right there are, it's now a new master plan community called Rancho Tesoro. And they have townhome options and detached homes also. So there's the lake. The lake is the center point for that community too. It's right on the edge, as you can see, right on the edge.
Right, and then also one thing at this end of Discovery Lake, there's obviously the trail going around that Cassidy showed here, but this trail going up here does lead up to where we just were previously, Double Peak Park. So it does connect to the backside of San Elijo Hill. There's just this big open space, very steep hill going up. One other thing in 92078 that we're going to cover, let me bring us north to south here, is Cal State San Marcos. It's been here since the late 80s. It used to be a commuter school, heavily, people coming in. A lot of this was not built up around it. Since the last decade or so, they have been putting a lot more housing around here. There's some dorms going in on this side over here. Rancho Tesoro, people moving in here as well. A lot of these condo complexes in here. So it is, a pretty decent sized school for not being around all that long. And they do have some good programs there. I know some nurses are going there for nursing school. Location wise, if you are commuting from other parts of San Diego, it's just right off the 78 here, which is this main drag going through, which splits San Marcos 92069 to 92078.
Yep.
And yeah, so they do have, sports teams, track and field, ball teams, all that kind of stuff. It's decent sized school. They also have, which I haven't played yet, going around the campus, a disc golf. I call it frisbee golf, but people get mad at you, I guess, if you call it that. So yeah. And then right across the street is a big shopping center. So there's a sports bar and grill. There's a good taco shop in here. There's,
my favorite breakfast burrito in North County, right there.
Mr. Taco 2 right there. Yep. That's Cassidy's spot. So, nice and easy. If you want to shoot across, if you're living in this area, this could be one of your main jumping off points.
Yep.
And then a little bit further down, Twin Oaks is another new establishment.
Yep. All of that stuff has changed drastically.
Yeah.
But yeah, Urge Gastropub is one of the main restaurants. There's a bunch of new restaurants. All of that is now developed around there, but Urge Gastropub is a really cool spot. They also have Mason Ale Works. They have a brewery there. That's not what it looks like at all.
No, that is not.
It's like an old commercial building. It looks like it does on the left side with the pretty interior.
Yeah.
But Mason Ale Works and Urge are connected. So they have great beer options, really good food, kind of American style options. There's some yummy looking fish and chips. There's Urge.
Here's how it looks now.
Yeah.
They also have this bowling alley. It's kind of like a Big Lebowski themed bowling alley. So,
yep.
And Mason Ale Works, they are the brewery. You said that right? They're connected to these guys right here. So
yeah. So really good, tasty options. One of kind of a staple now in San Marcos. It's always pretty crowded and very popular. So a good spot. But there's also in that community around Cal State, there's a sushi spot now and a bunch of other really good food options. So it's definitely a growing, and it's still growing. They're about to develop the whole portion to the west of that too.
And then right down the road from Urge, this whole area is I guess the San Marcos Creek, but they're doing a huge project right through here to build out these roads via Veracruz and Bent, and adding a park in the middle, a few trails in here, because this area did used to flood. I mean, it still does.
Still floods,
yeah. That's why they're kind of building it out to kind of mitigate some of that. So it's a huge undertaking for San Marcos to make it easier to cruise through here for travelers and, just for people living in this area as well. So, and then right across the street is Restaurant Row.
Yep.
And bring you to the satellite view here.
What's your favorite Restaurant Row spot?
Honestly, I haven't been there in a while. I used to work in Restaurant Row at a place called Bruno's, but it is not there anymore. So I haven't been to Restaurant Row for quite a while.
No, Sublime Ale House is definitely mine.
Yeah.
My kids would say Buffalo Wild Wings, but I'd say Sublime. But it's just a really good spot. They're really not well known for their mac and cheese options. So
and there's about 15, 20 restaurants in here.
Yep.
You can go here, grab some dinner, shoot across to the Edwards Cinema right here. And then one of our other spots, let me see if we could find it on the map here. Right over here. There we go.
Too far.
Rip Current.
There it is.
Nice local brewery.
Yep.
Brewing up some tasty IPAs.
Yep.
They're kind of not super distributed here. So, I mean, you will find them around in stores, but you go to their shop and they have some unique stuff. Oh, there's a urinal.
Yeah, I love grabbing a beer there, and they have the whole wall of old cans. That's like one of my favorite things. Just like going through.
Yeah, where was it?
Right there. But they have that all those walls are just covered in display cans. It's pretty cool. And
then their sister brewery is Stave and Nail, which I haven't been to, but I've heard good things from our beer guru.
Yep.
It's only open, as you can read here, 1 week in a month. They sell out pretty quickly. They are connected to Rip Current, but they have some interesting brews here.
Yeah.
Let's see what they have on their menu today. Yeah, some wild ales, some Japanese style lagers. So they're always doing some fun stuff over there.
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah, it is pretty good. I've since they're only open 1 week in a month, they make it a big party that one weekend. So they have a lot of events and stuff. It's a neat spot.
All right, so that is 92078 San Marcos. A few neighborhoods. You have San Elijo Hills, Lake San Marcos, Discovery Hills, the new communities in there. You have the college in this area. So let me bring up the map just so you can see where it is again. 92078. A lot going on here.
Yep.
You are technically in San Marcos, but this whole area is bordered right to Carlsbad to the south here as well. So San Elijo is kind of its own little area. Built, relatively newer than a few other areas like Lake San Marcos. So if you guys have any questions about 92078, don't hesitate to reach out. There's a lot of other little neighborhoods, little nooks and crannies, some cool little spots in here to check out. So we'll have all our contact info right below.
Thanks for following along. We have some other videos down below, one on Carlsbad, which is a community to the west of 92078, and then also a cool video about the San Elijo Hills Town Center that we mentioned earlier. Thanks for watching. I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And I'm Chris Erickson.
We're both with the Beach Life Group and Compass in North County. And check out all our videos down below. Share, subscribe, check it out.